Today's character fan art is Bowsette. I'm not really sure where she came from, if she's completely a fandom thing or not, but I really like the design for various reasons, so I decided to draw her. As always, I'm starting off with the sketch, which I actually recorded this time. I usually don't because I end up fiddling with the sketch so much. I find it easier for a pose like this, at a slight angle, to draw the character straight on first, and then tilt it slightly with a transformation or rotation tool. I always start off messy, and slowly get neater and adding more details as I go. I also wasn't sure about the tail. It seems like some fan art for Bowsette has a tail and then some didn't. I kept it. I personally liked the idea of a more Koopa looking Bowsette. I wasn't sure how long I wanted the hair to be. A lot of the fan art had very long hair and then some very short. I personally felt that the short hair looked better for this particular Bowsette. I think it's something to do with the more playful pose and the very smug looking face. The short hair often looks a little more energetic than the long hair, so I felt that it fit this particular picture. I knew I wanted a fire in the background, and I also checked the values before moving on to the more detailed sketch and line art. The background I wanted to kind of look like a Bowser's Castle level in Mario Kart. There is an older Bowser's Castle map that gets lots of remakes. I think it's the SNES one, like Bowser's Castle 3 or something. It reminded me of this. Fire in the background, the yellow brickish road, and then that dark blue background. It's the one with the thwomps in it. For the face, I knew I wanted her to have little fangs, and I also wanted really thick dark eyelashes. Starting off with the skin, I play around with the shadows a bit. I wasn't sure how much of her face I wanted to be in shadow, but I decided on that very strong shadow there. I'll post a link in the description to a very helpful skin tutorial I recommend watching if you're interested. The chest is shaded with a lot of soft colors, so a lot of blending and using the airbrush tool more there than in other places. I also add a reflective light in the shadows of the skin to make it look more three-dimensional. Blonde hair can sometimes be tricky to color. Picking color for blonde hair can sometimes come out too muddy or too yellow, so there's a lot of fiddling with this for me. But I add the shadow on top of the base color, then add another shadow within that first shadow, and sometimes outlining the first shadow. I add a band of highlights with a shine layer, then using an eraser to shape it up. I also change the color of the shine in the shadows to a dark bluish color, which can make the shine look a little more colorful. For the clothes, I start off with the main shadow. I used a highlight layer to make the bodice piece look shiny. I wanted it to look like a different material compared to her other clothing. So by adding those highlights to the bodice piece, makes it stand out and look like a different material compared to her dress or the thing around her waist, I don't know what you call that. The tail coloring and shell I keep pretty simple because I'm going to be blurring them out a bit, so there's no need to add as much detail there as I would something I don't plan on blurring out. But the spikes are very satisfying to color, I think. The eyes are very vibrant and shiny blue. I think it looks good when the face is in heavy shadow and the eyes are very vibrant to contrast that. I didn't record the fire rendering because I did it in Fire Alpaca. Because Fire Alpaca has a really nice smudge brush that makes coloring fire a lot easier. And I'm going to post a link in the description to the fire tutorial that I followed for this. I'm adding some color and shine variations on top of the drawing using an airbrush in layer modes like screen, shine, soft light, hard light, and overlays. It makes her look a little more shiny, which is very important in this drawing to me because of all the reflective pieces in it, like all the spikes and jewels and crowns and things like that. I added some stars in the background and blurring out the fire to push it away from the character and make it look like it's further behind her to give the painting some more depth. Starting on the overpaint layer, I pretty much always create a layer on top of everything at the very end and add small details that I might have missed in the line art or coloring. I also clean some things up that might have become a bit messy over the course of the entire drawing. I'm adding some stray hairs. It's mainly the hair in this piece that got the most attention with the overpaint layer. I feel like that's usually where it is most noticeable. I added a chain in the background using Fire Alpaca's free brush. I duplicate the drawing and blur it out. Add some more color filters, blurring out elements that are further in the background, and then adding some sparkles. So let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.